Hello, friend. Say, has your bylaws and regulations drawn up by your self-elected council? I have here a complete and elegantly...
You decided yet which kind of draft animals you're going to use to pull your wagon? Oxen are cheap and strong, but prone to sickness. Mules cost more, but well, since you ask, I'd go with oxen.
Merchants here in town are...
Howdy, stranger. It looks like you're fixing to head out. Brought a few personal items with us, but we're hoping don't devote any great portion of time to packing your...
I see you're fixing to head out west, too. I hear terrible stories about vast deserts, wild animals, Well, if you must go, I guess I should say if we must go.
Excuse me, friend. You appear to be making ready to head out west. Do you know of my husband and I? He's off buying supplies, are looking for a nice group of people to... I'd say you and I both ought to find a wagon train. A 2,000-mile journey through the untamed wilderness is nothing to be undertaken lightly. There's strength in numbers, you know.
Hey, Odie.
Hi there. Morning.
How you doing? Oh.
Hello! Howdy!
Hello.
Hello.
Howdy, stranger. We brought a few personal items with us, but we're hoping to... Howdy.
Have you decided the best time? Well, some leave real early to get a jump on the other wagon. It's best not to leave too late either. Then you may not make it all.
Good day to you, friend. Ah, so you're doing the same. Well, I wouldn't start out with less than, say, 400 pounds of...
Heading out west? So am I. Traveled out to the Oregon country 3 years ago. Liked it a lot. So find yourself a good wagon train. That's the prime thing. Keep moving it.
Hello.
Oh. Howdy.
See you're going west by wagon. I sure hope you got extra sets of clothing. You'll need extra clothes. Trail's hard on 'em and it gets cold, and it's well worth hiring an Indian guide whenever you can.
Hello.
Did you read the Missouri Republican today? Says some folks think they grow on trees. Hope they're lucky enough to double check your supplies. It ain't too late to stock up.
What are we doing wasting time? More's there to tell. We didn't come all this way to... What are we doing wasting time? Still got many a mile ahead of us.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to our fair city. We'd be right pleased to have. We have a general store well stocked in many of the provisions.
Hi there.
Hey, Odie.
See you're going west by wagon. You'll need extra clothes.
What are we doing wasting time here? More's there to tell. We didn't come all this way to... We've still got many a mile ahead of us.
Hey, watch where you're going. You're one of them immigrants going out west on the trail, ain't you? Yeah. You just watch your step around here. I ain't...
This here town looks like a good place to stop and rest a spell. I'm gonna see if they got a doctor around here. We got some sick things. You might want to check out the local store and see what they got in the way of supply.
Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Morning.
Buenos dias. Buenos dias. How you doing? Howdy. Hello.
Say, you folks heading out on the trail, be sure to check your supplies often. If you're near to running out of essentials, you can usually buy more at Forts, or if you got no money, you might.
More immigrants. There seems to be more you folks heading west every day. I get my suspicions, but you don't have any ruffians among you, do you? A few weeks back, a party came through with several mean scoundrels in it. Do have a good store here, so you might want... it's time we be... You know, one of my brothers went overland to Oregon last year. He wrote said that he spent all his money in Independence. He had no money left for buying supplies along. I tried to be sure always to have a little money hand.
Let's move up. Howdy. You know, this is my second time out on the trail. Yeah. We started last year, but didn't get too far. Well, needless to say, I sure ain't gonna try to cross no river.
I think it's time we... You know, one of my brothers went over...
Howdy. Name's Austin Billings. I'm traveling with my wife Sophie. We hail from Texas. Bought my way out of slavery working as a part-time cowhand, and so Sophie was a free woman who earned a living as a seamstress. We're going west to build a new life. Pretty much like everyone else, I reckon. Some people push themselves too hard because they're afraid of the winter snows. And that's a reasonable fear, but it's just as risky to overexert yourself.
I've seen scenery around these parts.
I think we ought to keep...
Time is a wasting.
Howdy, name's Austin.
Remember me, friend? Or haven't we met already? Name's Nick Tillman. They told me back east that such a big wagon would never get across the plains and mountains, but I ain't had any trouble. Just that ox. But I got another one a ways back. Well, I don't see why we're pushing ourselves.
Fine scenery round these.
Let's move on.
Remember me, friend?
Time is a-wasting.
I think it's time we be moving.
I think we ought to keep going.
I reckon this must be what they call the Narrows. At least it looks pretty narrow to me. Well, the trail gets so narrow here that the wagons have to go single file. I'd suggest we take it slow and easy through here. The trail looks mighty rough.
Let's keep.
Time is a-wait.
I think it's time we be moving on. I think it's time.
I think we ought to.
We had best find a doctor. It wouldn't be right to leave sick people.
You need rest. Lots of water.
Fine scenery round these parts.
Let's move on.
Time is a-wasting.
Fine scenery.
Welcome, folks. Pleased to meet you. Sorry we can't. We'd be mighty appreciative of a bit of entertainment in the evening. You could try that bit of level ground just over yonder for camping.
At every fort or trading post along the trail, prices have been high, taking advantage of us. If I had the chance to do it all over, well, we might as well get what we need right here.
Looks like as good a place as any to lay by a day and put up some fresh supplies. If what I hear is true, this may be the last place we'll find a bit of civilized company for a good long while. Besides, my druthers would be to rest here a day or two. No.
Folks looking to do some trading is one of the main things people do out here at forts. Why, it's pertinent. Keep a sharp eye out on your supplies and your money. There's some unscrupulous types around here that wouldn't mind relieving you of some of your possessions.
Howdy, partner. Good to see ya. All along the trail we find wagon irons and keg hoops cast off, piles of bones like our poor stock. I'm plumb wore out. Afraid I ain't one to give advice. You might take it, and then you'd be a...
Whenever we noon, we have the children rest under the wagon for a bit of shade. The relentless sun draws more strongly from our strength than do the walking and climbing. I dearly love to have a sly look in at home to see what they're about. I'm pleased to move on to a new life, but leaving family and keep your faith, friend. Our journey's end draws closer each day.
Buen día. My name is Josefina Iturieta de Paniselo. I am traveling to meet my husband in Texas. He preceded me there to establish our new rancho near Paso del Norte. Everything is now ready, so I go now to join him. My husband, do not be misled into thinking your good fortune lay in gold or silver. Precious metals are a scourge. Land is the only sure source of wealth.
Fine scenery round these parts.
Howdy. Name's Jubilation Higginbottom. If that's too much a mouthful, you can call me Julie. And I don't want to hear any smart cracks about that neither. I'm a prospector, but I'm just coming to the realization that there ain't too much around here worth prospecting, so I think I'll move on. Sorry, but I gave up giving advice years ago. Nearly got myself shot back in '32 by a fella who blamed me for his misfortune, all because I gave him some advice.
My dead burned wagon wheel broke a ways back and took me pretty near all day to find someone willing to trade me for a new one. A heap of trouble, this. Fella sold me some green wood of some darn softwood tree for wagon wheels. I knowed I should have brought my own hardwood from home, but no, my partner had to have that fine store-made stuff out of St. Louis. Make no bones about refusing deals if and they don't sound right to you. They's just a bunch of leeches on us poor immigrants. Make it yourself or buy it off another traveler.
I always take some time every few hours to look over the sky carefully. My grandma taught me all the signs for predicting the weather. Well, I imagine you'd know by now how much the weather has to do with our well-being. It's important that we try to stay one step ahead of it and make our plans accordingly. Always keep aware of the weather. What it was yesterday, what it is today, and what it's likely to be tomorrow. I keep a record of it in my diary. Nothing will have a greater effect on the success of our journey than the weather.
Buen día. My name is Josefina Iturieta de Paniselo. I am traveling to meet my husband in Texas, but he preceded me there to establish our new rancho near Paso del Norte. Do not be misled into thinking your good fortune lay.
Time is a-wasting. Let's get out.
Let's keep going. I think it's time.
I think we ought to keep.
Let's move on.
Time is a-wasting.
What an amazing sight. Land sakes, they call these courthouse and jail rocks. And I do see the resemblance. Well, advice? Heck no. Right now, you'd probably be better off asking one of these rattlesnakes you see round here for advice.
I think we ought to keep going.
I say we continue on our way.
I think we ought to keep...
I say we continue.
Fine scenery round these.
Let's keep going.
This might be a good place to rest a while. Just what I said. We've done enough traveling for the time being. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying. Let's stop here to rest.
I hope you don't mind me saying that I've had just about enough of this journey. I've a good mind to stay right here. I've never experienced such troubles as I have on this trail. I figure I'm lucky to still be alive. Oh, I suppose we should just get on with it. We can rest here a short while, but then let's get going.
It always pleases me to see more people moving out west. This'll be a great why expanding the horizons of civilization out here in the wilderness. Just thrills me to the bone to don't be led astray by anyone or anything promising shortcuts or quick fixes. They ain't any.
Looks like as good a place as any to lay by a day and put up some fresh supplies. One of my oxen commenced a favor and a leg yesterday. If in what I hear is true, this may be the last place we'll find a bit of civilized company for a good long while. My druthers would be to rest here a day or two. No more than that.
Folks looking to do some trading? Trading is one of the main things people do out here at forts. Why, it's pert near a form of entertainment for some souls. Keep a sharp eye out on your supplies and your money. There's some unscrupulous types around here that wouldn't mind relieving you of some of your possessions.
Howdy. This might be a good place to rest a while.
Hello!
Look at all them carvings on the rock. If that don't beat all. I reckon that's why they call this place Register Rock, because people register their names on it. What do you say we go on over to the rock and carve our own names on it? Then folks from all over the country will know we were there before them.
I think it's time we be
I say we continue.
Fine scenery.
Time is a wasting.
Can't let a little hot weather get to us. We're liable to see worse than this before we're done.
We're gonna have to stop and rest a bit. It's hotter than a Roman candle at a 4th of July parade.
Personally, I wouldn't mind stopping for a while, but then again, I'd rather be traveling in the heat than freezing in the winter snows.
Can't let a little hot...
Ah, more wagon people. Are you here to slaughter more buffalo like the group that passed by 4 days ago? I've never seen such waste. They killed 10 times what they needed for food and left most of the carcasses to rot. Luckily, after the coyotes had finished with them, we gathered the bones to make tools. If you must kill for food, good, but don't kill any more than that. The well-being of our people depends on the buffalo.
Time is a wasting. Let's get out.
I say we continue on our way.
Let's keep going.
Ah, more wagon.
Let's move on.
Fine scenery round these parts.
Say, how's it going, friend? I'm doing just fine now that I got me 4 oxen instead of just 2. Well, I thought I was done for back there a ways before Fort Laramie, but I traded all my extra sets of clothing there for 2 more oxen. Are you headed for California? I hear there may be a shortcut that'll get there 2-3 weeks earlier than the regular way.
Let's keep.
Let's move on.
Fine scenery.
Good day to you folks. My name is Phillip Maddox. I'm an artist with this surveying expedition. The U.S. government has commissioned us to map the land and to bring back some illustrations of the Indians, as well as the plant and animal life hereabouts. Check your supplies often. Can't stress too much the importance of that. And don't waste a whole lot of time hunting. At least if it isn't an emergency. You won't get much, you'll delay your progress, and you risk antagonizing the local Indians.
Let's move on.
I hate to burden you with my problems, but my youngest, Caleb, drowned in a swollen creek, and my husband died of typhoid last week. Now I travel alone with my other 3 children. The eldest, Sally, is 11. I fear she'll be full grown before we reach our goal. Heaven help us, but I don't know what I'd do without the good people on my wagon train. I'd stick with them through thick and thin if I were you.
Good day to you folks. My name is...
Why, hello. Come sit a spell and talk. I do declare that I'm starting to weary of this journey. Bless me, but I'd rather have my larder full of food back home than have our names carved on that there rock. Well, I don't know about you, but I'll be sure to stock up on good food the next chance we get. I just hope we can hold out till the next fort or trading post.
I think we ought to keep...
Why, hello.
Let's keep going.
Fine scenery round.
Let's move on.
I say we continue.
I think we ought to keep going.
Let's keep...
Howdy, partner. Good to see ya. All along the trail we find wagon irons and keg hoops cast off. Piles of bones marking the remains of someone's prized animal. Like our poor stock, I'm plumb wore out. Afraid I ain't one to give advice. You might take it, and then you'd be in hot water for sure.
Let's keep...
Good day to you folks. My name is Phillip Maddox.
My dead burned wa...
Howdy, we're having to lighten the load on our wagon. I've carried my mother's framed mirror all the way from home. It's with great effort that I cast off this last gentle reminder of the dear friends and family I've left behind. But our success in reaching the end of the trail is of greater import. None save to do whatever you can to make the work on your animals a little easier. Lighten your load, rest 'em often, take good care of 'em. If you lose your animals, you're in danger of losing your life.
Howdy, partner. Good to see ya.
Well, I ain't sure which way we ought to go now. According to this here guidebook, the right fork goes a rugged route where we have to cross the river 3 times. But the left fork takes us through some deep sand. Could even be quicksand. Tarnation! I'm afeard that whichever way we go, we'll wind up regretting it. Might as well flip a coin and take our dad-blamed chances.
Which way is west?
Top of the day to you, friend. Name's Casey O'Neill, late of County Clare in Old Ireland.
my relations said that the only place in the world for a young man to go to make his way nowadays is America. So I booked my passage, and now here I am, on my way to an unspoiled land, ready for enterprise. I've heard it said that there are many cutoffs to take to shorten this journey. That by taking all the shortcuts, you can save many days on the trail. And why not? Saving time and provisions is worth the risk.
Well, have you ever seen anything like this before in your life? Why, they said that if you dig a shallow hole round here, you'll strike freshwater ice. And here it is, just like they said it'd be. Imagine that. Cool ice, out here in the middle of this barren wasteland. Get a bucket and get some ice for yourself. I can't wait to get back to my wagon, show this to the others, and write about it in my diary.
Howdy, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Be warned. Don't dig a water hole. Drink only river water. Salty as some of these rivers are, it's better than the cholera. We buried my husband just last week. No more than I've already given you, but I could use some help with this here harness if you can spare the time.
Maybe we better consult our guidebook before deciding which road to
Top of the day to you, friend.
This is a good place to rest for a while. There's lots of good water here.
We're plumb tuckered out. Let's rest here.
Let's keep going.
Good day to you. My name is Helen Whitney. My family and I are from Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to California. We had a profound religious experience last year and came to the realization that slavery is a terrible evil. We freed our servants and decided to move west, where there is no involuntary servitude. My guidebook says that here at Pacific Springs is the last good water we'll find for the next 10 miles or so. We're entering alkali country, and game will be getting scarce too.
I'm so wasting. Let's get out.
Fine scenery.
Let's keep.
I think we ought to keep.
Time is a wasting.
Let's move on.
Time is wasting.
Let's move on.
Can you help us find a doctor? My pa's sick, and we may not be able to travel till he gets better. We've been pushing too hard, and our health has suffered. When Pa can travel again, we'll go at a slower pace. Maybe you ought to do the same.
Time is wasting.
Let's move.
I say we continue on.
Let's move on.
Let's keep going. I think it's time. Hello, I'm Sophie Billings. Now, will you take a look at that? All those people covering their names around out here in the middle of nowhere. Don't think we have much of a chance to talk. My husband and I are from right outside Memphis, Tennessee. Free black folks aren't any too welcome there right now. That's why we're going west. I'm Brother Gordon. He went out to Oregon last year. Wrote and told me about some people in the wagon train whose animals died after drinking some bad water. I'd be real careful about that if I were you.
I say we can.
How you doing, friends? You must belong to that wagon train that just pulled in. I'm a scout round about these parts. I hire myself out to the Army wagon train surveyors just about anyone needs my services. Sorry I can't help folks right now. I got me a contract and I'm sticking to it. Rest up here for a day or two, restock your supplies, but don't waste too much time. You'll best be heading on your way soon to reap the snows.
Howdy. I'm one of the regulars here at the fort. I'm here for the adventure and steady pay. The conditions is tolerable, and I can send a bit of money home to my ma. I've been here since last spring. For that, I was part of a trip down Santa Fe. We travel most days, checking the area, calling on the immigrants. You might take advantage of this place to rest a while and build up strength for the next part of your journey. And maybe we might share a bit of your home cooking door color. I've a mighty long for my sweet mama's fine victuals. It always pleases me to see more people moving out west. This will be a great and country someday, you know. Why expand the horizons of civilization out here in the wilderness? Just thrills me to the bone to think on it. Don't be led astray by anyone or anything promising shortcuts or quick fixes. They ain't any. Stay on the main trail and work hard. That's the only sure path.
Wait a minute. Just let me finish writing my diary. There. You know, I don't know we do it for weren't for these forts along the way. Sure is a comfort to me knowing that even way out here in the wilderness, every now and then there's a place where we can relax a spell. I vote we stay here a couple of days and rest up. It won't do any of us no good if we exhaust ourselves.
You folks look into some trading? Trading is one of the main things we do out here at forts. Why, it's near a fort to sharp eye out and your supplies and money.
This might be a good place to rest a while. Just what I said. We've done enough travel for the time being. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying.
met a man yesterday who said he'd already been to California. His report bore a good account of the country and the quality of the land to be had. Narration. I've been working for other folks all my life. In the new land, I'm going to have my own land and herd. Yes, sir. I can hear them cattle calling my name. I hear California's the best place for raising cattle. Acres of wild oats keep them fat and happy. Oregon's more country for farming and lumbering.
Howdy, we're having to lighten the load on our wagon. I've carried my mother's framed mirror all the way. I'm Natalia Nyasnyakovich. My family is going to the big valley in the west, where there is so much good land. We are from St. Petersburg. We have many great mountains in Russia, but not near where we live. I have never seen such mountains as the ones here in America. On the next hills or mountains we come to, we share with another wagon to do what they call double teaming on animals. Maybe that will work well for you.
No. When I think of all the things I've seen on this journey, nothing has impressed me more than the violent thunderstorms on the plains. From the bullwhip crack of lightning dazzling my eyes, to the cannon-like boom of thunder, the heavens issued forth such a volume of water, we were all soaked through in the first few seconds, and the hail sometimes. I take time each day to add a few words to my journal. I recommend you do the same. It lifts the spirits to record our progress, and it may prove valuable to friends and family that follow. Even generations to come may find it of some interest.
We met a man yesterday who said he'd already been to California.
I'm Natalia Nyasnyakovich.
We're in need of a good rest. I'm plumb wore out from the travel, and the animals are in want of extra feed. Some folks is all worried, afraid we might get caught in the winter snows. But with the hurry out of your step. We'll get there soon enough.
This may be our last chance for a while to buy or trade for supplies.
I sure would like to stop here for a bit. I could use some fresh supplies.
Let's move on.
I say we continue on.
Time is a wasting.
Fine scenery round these.
I say we continue.
I think we ought to keep.
Time is a waste.
Maybe we ought to take it a bit slow.
Them prairie dog holes are a nuisance. Imagine losing the work of a perfectly good animal just because of the diggins of a dang rodent.
Maybe we ought to take
Them
We've got to find.
If we slow our pace a bit, we might last longer without.
Next chance we get, we should get ourselves some canteens or...
If we slow our pace a bit, we might last longer without water.
We've got to find.
If we don't hurry up and get out of this dry country,
We've got to find some water.
We are getting right desperate. We won't last much
If we slow our pace a bit, we might last longer without water.
We've got to find some.
Friends, you must belong. I'm a scout round about these parts. I hire him.
Fort Hall here is a busy place. The wide stretches of meadowgrass here are just what our tired animals need. As for me, I'll fix up the wagon leaks. Amanda's real anxious to wash all the clothes and linens in one of those clear streams. I suggest we stay here for a couple days to rest up, restock our supplies, and learn everything we can about the trail ahead. I hear that the next stretch may be the roughest.
It always pleases me to see more people moving out. Why expanding the horizons of civilization? Don't be led astray by anyone.
I hear there's mountain sheep around here. I'm really sorry that soon we'll be saying goodbye to Cousin Miles and all the folks. I'm gonna spend as much time as I can with my friends and relations till we reach the California road. You consider doing this.
Hello. Howdy.
I hope you don't mind me saying that I've had just about enough of this. I've never experienced such troubles as I have. Oh, I suppose we should just get on with it.
Bonjour.
Maybe we better consult our guidebook before deciding which road to take.
I had previously planned on going to Oregon, but I've changed my mind. Let's head for California.
I say California's the place we ought to be heading.
I thought we had already decided on where we were going.
Maybe we better
I think we ought to...
I think it's time.
Let's keep going.
I think we ought to...
Conditions aren't likely to improve anytime soon. We should go ahead and cross the river.
What are we waiting for? Let's cross.
Call this Rock Creek. It doesn't look like much. Couldn't be more than a foot or two deep. Pretty narrow, too. Still, we've seen our share of deceptive creeks and rivers, haven't we? Can't be too careful. Well, I suppose we could ford it, but perhaps I should have my oldest boy, Ted, wade out to the middle of the creek to see how deep it is and what the bottom's like.
We should wait a...
Conditions aren't likely.
Time is a waste.
I think it's time.
I think we ought to...
I say we continue.
Let's move. Time is a wasting.
I think it's time we be.
I think we ought to...
Fine scenery round these.
I say we continue.
I think it's time.
Ain't that a sight? There ain't nothing like that back east. My wife was reading our guidebook earlier, and she says this place is known as Thousand Springs. Well, I can see why. Well, I reckon we oughtn't be doing too much sightseeing, not when we still got so much further to go. We'd best get a move on.
Fine scenery round.
I say we can.
We're running low on supplies. Let's head for Fort Boise.
I suggest we take the north route to Fort Boise.
Which way is west?
I suggest you look in the guidebook to determine the correct road.
Well, those 3 islands there make it look like this would be an easy place to cross this here river.
We're running low on...
What are we waiting for? Let's cross.
Howdy. Name's Jubilation. I'm a prospector, but I'm just coming. Sorry, but I gave up giving advice years ago. Nearly got myself...
What are we waiting?
Let's move on.
Careful there. You might scald yourself something fierce. These here hot springs are a natural wonder. Water just bubbling up from the earth, hot enough to cook in. Sit and rest a spell. Might as well take advantage of this miracle of nature and do some cooking without having to build a fire. Sit and rest a spell. Might as well take...
Let's keep... I think it's time we be...
Let's move on.
Be careful there.
Fine scenery round the...
Looks like this is another one of those places where people feel the need to go carving their names in the rock. Well, you'd think that people would have better things to do. But I suppose they're just so proud of themselves for coming all this way that they feel they need to leave a record of their accomplishment. Won't be long before we reach Fort Boise. We should be sure to stop there and buy supplies, at least those of us who need them. It would also be a good place to rest up, maybe do some wagon repairs.
Fine scenery.
Looks like this is...
Fine scenery round... Every night, even though I ache from the day's toils, my head is filled with dreams of the rich farmland of the far west. I'll build myself a fine, handsome homestead, and I'm certain I'll be rich and prosperous within 5 years. Now's no time to give up, nor is it a time to make any serious mistakes. We're more than 3/4 of the way there.
Let's keep...
Let's move on.
Time is... Fine scenery.
Do they have a blacksmith forge around here? I sure could use one to make some wagon repairs.
Hey, what say you we have ourselves a wingding tonight? It's been a good long time since we've had a regular fandango. You know what they say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And we sure have been working hard out on the trail, haven't we? We should take it easy more, enjoy ourselves. I'm gonna go and see some of the others and see if they don't feel the same way.
We need to make some wagon repairs.
Do they have a blacksmith forge around here? I sure could use one to make some wagon repairs.
Hey, what say you we have a...
Howdy! It always pleases me to see more. I expand in the horizons of... Don't be led astray by anyone or...
Howdy. Howdy. Buenos dias.
Welcome, folks. Pleased to meet you. Sorry we can't boast much in the way of accommodations. The few quarters here ain't a heap much bigger than a monk's cell. We'd be mighty appreciative of a bit of entertainment in the evening. Most travelers come around to share a bit of news, and there's always somebody who can tell a good tale. You could try that bit of level ground just over yonder for camping.
Howdy. Hello.
We're mighty low on supplies. Maybe we should head back to Fort Boise.
Now, why in heaven's name would anybody want to go back to Three Islands?
We're getting close now, ain't we?
We're mighty low on...
I say we continue.
I think we ought to keep...
Howdy, I'm looking for my cat Molly. Have you seen her? I hear there ain't many cats out west yet, and some folks will pay good money for one, so they can catch the mice and rats. We're hoping Molly will have lots of kittens that we can sell. We had a milk cow, but she died a while back. Now all Molly's got to eat is our meat scraps. If you got a milk cow, take good care of her. I think I miss the fresh milk pretty near as much as Molly does.
Since crossing the Snake near Fort Boise, it's been just rough terrain and desert. Us deeper each day, 6 inches at times. No tracks, just clouds of dust. Many cattle choked on the dust after swimming the river, then bled and died. We can't waste any time getting through this awful country. I hear there's another river not too much further ahead, and the terrain changes soon after that.
I say we continue.
I think we ought to...
Fine scenery round these.
Let's keep.
Fine scenery.
My mama always used to give a dose of lecithin every few hours for the grip.
No. When I think of all the things I've seen on this journey, nothing has impressed me more than the violent thunder from the bullwhip crack of the lightning. I take time each day to add a few words to my journal.
I think it's time. I'm mad as hornets. Been saving a bunch of dried peaches to bake a pie for a special occasion, but some vermin got in and ruined the whole lot. I wrapped 'em in special paper and put 'em in a corner of the wagon, where nobody would hardly find 'em by accident. I suppose they smelled as sweet as flowers to them varmints. Probably too late now to offer any advice. I don't guess you have an extra tin to secure any of your goods. If'n you do, best make good use of it and seal it tight.
Top of the day to you, friend. Nate?
Good to see you, friend. You know, I spent some time out west, and now I'm traveling back east to fetch my family. Hope you're prepared. You'll be seeing quite a bit of the elephant further on. Since your animals is already mighty worn, it's gonna be rough. Feed ain't always plentiful, and water's sometimes right scanty. Hurry along, but don't push your animals too hard. You don't want to get caught by early snow, but if you get too hard with your animals, they won't carry you more than halfway.
No. When I think of all the things I've seen on this journey,
I reckon fording's the best way to cross.
I think we should hire someone.
Maybe we ought to take it easy. Go a little slower and see how they do.
We should just keep going as we are. They'll get better.
Well, a lot depends on how serious a concussion it is.
The doctor should always be consulted in cases of concussion.
Well, a lot depends.
The doctor should always...
Maybe we ought to take it easy.
I've been cogitating on this, and I think we should wait for the weather and soil.
What could possibly go wrong simply going down a hill?
This valley of the Grand Ronde is the most beautiful sight I've seen in months. Water and grass in abundance. And if this valley is so fine, the Willamette must be twice as fine. We'll be sitting pretty in our new homestead. This would make a good place to stay a day or two. The animals could use the rest, and there's plenty of water and grazing for them. Quite a relief after that last steep hill and the dry, fearsome country we just passed through.
We better be careful venturing down this hill. Looks like it could be dangerous.
Maybe we can set up a windlass and use some ropes to lower our wagons down the hill gradually.
I've been cogitating on this.
Hitch the animals and drive them up the hill. Then hook them back up to the wagons with these long ropes and chains, and they can pull the wagons up.
Howdy, partner. Good to see ya. All along the trail we find wagon irons and keg hoops cast off. Like our poor stock, I'm plumb wore out. Afraid I ain't one to give advice.
I hate to burden you with my problems, but I just gotta talk to someone right now.
The dust sometimes creates such a trouble, it suffocates the animals and people alike. When it's real bad, nothing stays clean and no morsel of food is left untouched. I long for a bath and a breath of clean, sweet air. But the times when we run low of water and aren't near a river, them's the worst. Nothing worries me more than a shortage of water. I feel I was wholly unprepared for this journey. I'd hesitate to offer any advice excepting to stay close to the warm hearth of home.
This hill is no big deal. Let's just keep going.
Unhitch the animals and drive.
I'd find some logs or big rocks to use as anchors while going downhill. That would slow our descent and make mishaps less likely.
What could possibly go wrong simply going down a hill?
Make sure everyone locks their wagon wheels before going down this hill. We don't want any runaway wagons.
I'd find some logs.
Good day to you folks. My name is Phillip Maddox.
I'm Natalia Nyas.
We have plenty of supplies. I see no need to take a longer route.
Good day to you folks.
Let's keep going.
Time is a wasting.
I think we ought to keep.
Let's keep.
We don't need any supply.
At every fort or trading post along the trail, prices have been higher than at the previous place. This is outrageous. They're taking advantage of us. If I had the chance to do it all over again, I'd buy more supplies at the beginning of our journey. Well, we might as well get what we need right here. Goodness knows it'll probably be even more expensive further down the road.
We don't need it.
This might be a good place. Just what I said. We've done enough traveling for the time. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying.
Wait a minute. Just let me finish.
It always pleases me to see more.
Looks like as good a place as any to lay by a day and put up some fresh supplies. If and what I hear is true, this may be my druthers would beat a rest.
How you doing? Howdy.
This might be a good place.
we can continue at a slower pace.
With good care, the injured animal may become useful once again.
Injured draft animal is no good to nobody. Shoot it.
With good care, the injured...
Let's keep... My second cousin, Catherine, was one of 6 children orphaned and left at Whitman's mission. She lived with them for 3 years, till just before the tragedy. She has survived snake bites, stampedes, falls, fights, not to mention the attack. Let's hurry on to Fort Walla Walla. There's nothing for us here, and it could be dangerous.
I say we can...
I think we ought to...
Let's keep...
Hey, what say you we have a...
This might be a good place to rest.
How's doing, friends? You must... I'm a scout round about these parts.
Let's go to the fort. We could use...
Hey, what say...
How's doing, friends?
Every fought a trade.
We are Chinook traders. Maybe we have something you need. We can do business. The Chinook live near the Western Ocean, but we travel far to trade, as far as the plains to the east. To trade well, one must know many tongues. I speak English, French, some Spanish, and 6 Indian languages, including Chinook, of course. Trade with us. We offer much better deals than the fort trading post here. We can do well for each other.
This might be a good place to rest.
We are Chinook traders.
Looks like as good a place as any to lay by a diff, and what I hear is my druthers would be to rest.
Hey, what say you we have a...
Don't know which way we should go. I figured you would.
Maybe we better consult our guidebook before...
I say we continue on our way to the Willamette Valley.
Don't know which way we should.
Hello! 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 Hello!
I'm going to St. Louis to have me a look at civilization. The game just ain't so plentiful as it once was. And there's getting to be so many people passing by, I might just as well be in a city. Keep your ears open when you're hunting. One of them big cats pretty near got me last week. So busy thinking about my supper, I almost became supper instead. And trade the Indians for some moccasins. Them shoes of yourn are looking worn.
Pleased to see you. You folks missed a good time last night. Another train camped close by, and we had a bit of a dance.
I declare, my tired feet came to life hearing that fiddler. I danced aplenty. It feels nearly like back home to have neighbors and a gathering. I've made some dear friends whom I hope will continue to see in years to come. Partake of a bit of music whenever it's offered. It'll lighten your spirits and bring lots of fine memories to carry you through the following day. My heart's so light right now, this washing chore hardly feels like work at all.
Hello!
Hello!
Time is a wasting. Let's get out.
My brother commenced to farming out west 2 years ago. He said a better wheat crop can't be had. I hear a young child in a train just behind us was killed yesterday when a rifle fired accidentally as someone set it in the wagon. They buried that young'un and covered the grave with stones so as the wolves couldn't reach it. Try not to overextend yourself. If you're constantly going at an arduous pace, you increase your chances of someone getting sick or injured. Trust me, I know.
Guten Tag. My name is Ilse Weismann. My husband Gustav and I are from Prussia. Gustav was a shoemaker in Berlin, but times are not so good there. In Western America, there is free land we hear, so we come here to start a new life. We have been told always to stay on the main trail and to check our supplies often. That sounds like very good advice, don't you think?
I say we continue on our...
Let's move on. Time is a wasting.
Conditions aren't likely to improve.
This river doesn't... We should ford this.
I reckon fording's the best way to cross this.
Weather's not right for crossing a river. We should...
Conditions aren't likely.
Time is a wasting.
I think we ought to.
You know, fetching water and helping Ma with the chores don't leave much time for books. Sometimes I get a bit of studying done on long noonings or layovers. Most times we walk alongside the wagon to ease the load on the oxen. I like it 'cause I can look all around as I walk. Even with Gabe sitting all day ain't much fun. Make a little rhyme for yourself every day. It helps pass the time. And once you got it down smooth, you can say it to yourself for fun.
I think it's time we...
Find scenery. Time is a wasting.
What are we waiting for?
Looks fairly deep to me. I say we float across.
We'll get there more quickly if we take the river route.
We don't have enough money for the toll road.
They say the Barlow Toll Road is right rugged. But can it be much worse than the Columbia River, with all its rocks and rapids?
I've heard the Barlow Toll Road is no picnic.
We'll get there more quickly.
Let's go around the rapids by land. We could get killed trying to go around those whirlpools and over them rocks.
Let's head for the rapids. Sure, it's dangerous, but it'll be fun.
No time for talk. You gotta decide what to do, and quick.
Let's go around the rapids. Let's go around the rapids.
No time for talk.
Let's head for the...
I wouldn't try to shoot them rapids if I were you.
Let's go around the rapids by land. We could get killed.
No time for talk.
Howdy. I see you folks is getting ready to go back to rafting down the river. You know, I can tell you some good stories. The Indians say that in times gone by, the Columbia River had a disagreement with the mountains. It kept on till they had a big fight. They commenced to throwing rocks at one another, leaving the river upstream full of boulders. Them's the rapids. You might consider stopping by Fort Vancouver when you get down the river a ways. They's some folks there who may help you get started in the Willamette Valley, maybe give you some good advice themselves.
I think it's time.
Time is a waste.
I think we got...
Howdy. I see...
every fought a trading post, taking advantage.
I stop here.
Maybe they have a...
Wait a minute. Just let me finish writing this in my diary. There.
At every fought.
This might be a good place to rest a while.
Folks looking to do some trading? Trading is one of the main things people do out here.
How's doing, friends? You must...
Wait a minute. Just let me finish.
At every fought.